Well, let's say that you have mastered the basics of butterfly gardening. You know that you need to have some plants that will feed the caterpillars, and you know you need to have other plants that have flowers on them that attract the adult butterflies. Are there other things that you can do to bring even more butterflies to your landscape? Sure there are. Let's talk about them today, right here in the children's garden of the Atlanta Botanical Garden, right next to busy Piedmont Road, as you can hear over to the left here. What we'll provide for the butterflies today is a butterfly puddle. It's really easy to build, and you'll be surprised at how many more butterflies you'll see clustered around it during the day. Basically, all you need is a container to hold some water, and it could be a big clay saucer like this one. You can even find these days inexpensive plastic saucers which mimic the color of the clay very nicely. But anything great big and shallow that will hold water will do just fine for your butterfly puddle. Into the puddle, let's put some sand. We need to put enough sand in here to pretty much fill the whole thing up. And our trowel then can spread it out a little bit. But to this sand, we're not just going to add water. We need to add something else that'll make the butterflies even happier. And that special ingredient is manure. A little bit of composted manure, about 2 tablespoons, added to the sand and stirred and mixed in with it, really brings the butterflies in, because the manure has in it salts, it has proteins, it has minerals, it has things that butterflies find very, very attractive. And they have very few places of getting these salts and minerals other than this butterfly puddle that you build for them. The nectar of flowers doesn't have very many proteins in it. So you're really going to do the butterflies a favor by making a puddle with a little bit of composted manure in it. Now, in the middle, let's sculpt it just a little bit to make a low spot there and pull the sand around the edge. You can see how simple this is. And then we'll add some water to it, easily enough. And when we've added enough water to it, you'll see the water will begin to accumulate right there in the middle, making a little puddle. And during the day, you'll find the butterflies, as they discover it, dozens and dozens of them will come and they'll roost on the edge of the clay pot. They'll walk across the sand with their proboscis into the puddle of water, and they'll be a great addition to your landscape. Now, just like a bird feeder, you have to renew the water every couple of days. When it dries out, put more water in it. But you can do this for about a month before you have to discard that whole sand and manure mixture and renew it with some more stuff in the side of it. So that's one thing that you can do to bring more adult butterflies to your garden. But there's another that I think you'll find a lot of fun as well. And that is to give them something else to eat besides just nectar. Take a small saucer and put in that saucer some fragrant fruit. Now, the fragrant fruit can be banana, apple, orange. I have all of them here today. Take our knife and just slice it into a couple of pieces and put it into this saucer on the edge of the puddle. Now, we want to let this fruit decompose. It doesn't need to be fresh every day. You don't need to put a new slice of apple out every morning or slice a new banana there, because it's the gases of decomposition, the ethylene gas from the rotting fruit, that actually brings the butterflies in. And again, a lot of fragrance is what we're looking for here, so a couple of sections of orange. We'll put a third in the middle right here. Very, very nice. And the butterflies, again, as they visit your garden, find the fruit, they have something to eat. They also find the water and they have something to drink, and you'll find that butterflies will increase dozens and dozens and dozens more than you're expecting in your normal butterfly garden. But one more thing that a lot of people are tempted to put into their butterfly garden, and that is a butterfly house. Now, I know it's attractive, I know it's cute, I know it's something to talk about, it's a good focal point for your garden, but most butterfly experts agree that a butterfly house really doesn't serve as a hibernation habitat or as a place for the butterflies to overwinter during the wintertime. So if you put one in your garden, again, it's great to look at, great to talk about, makes a nice focal point. But a butterfly house, I believe most of the experts would say, all it is something to look at in your garden. But the butterfly puddle and the butterfly fruit really do a great job to attract these iridescent insects, these jewels of the sky, so that you can enjoy them in your landscape garden.